So I'm Danny Vinnick for Creative Tucson and 5 on 20 News. And we've just gone live for the very first time, almost on time. Wow, cue the champagne bottle smashing against the mountain of useless standard definition video equipment that we've inherited from days of yore when access television ruled the airwaves. Now we come to you in glorious high def. Not that you can see that from your Cox box. Nope, you'll have to go online to creativetucson.org to see us in HD. The Mucky Mucks have told us time and time again that HD television is just too expensive for the likes of us. But I wanted to check in and tell you how proud I am of all the hard work from everyone on our team getting us up on the air. And I can tell you this, it's been no small feat. At every turn, the roadblocks of petty bureaucracy and entrenched government waste have completely derailed us. But after each crash and burnout, we dusted ourselves up and started again, over and over, until finally tonight, here we are. Election night of all nights on Channel 20, live. And before I introduce our 5 on 20 Tuesday night news team, I'd like to do one historic thing. Here we are on Channel 20, brought to you by the Creative Tucson Network. And I'd like to be the first network in the nation to call the 2016 presidential election. Yes, all our exit polls confirm, and it's undeniable, Hillary Clinton will be the next president of the United States. Cue the balloons. And now I'd like to introduce Anais Quintela and Alex Smythe of 5 on 20 News.
This is 5 on 20 News, where the news is boss and the newscasters are bossier, with Anais Quintela
and Alex Smythe,
coming to you live from our studio in downtown Tucson. First, the local headlines.
A group run by Governor Doug Ducey spent over $200,000 to maintain a Republican stronghold in our state. Arizonans for Strong Leadership, or ASL, has been a key supporter of Republicans in local races. The group was formed this year in response to Prop 124, which dealt with pension reform. Shortly after inception, ASL came under fire when it was found that the group was largely funded by Texas billionaire John Arnold. This time around, much of the money for local Republican campaigns came from Arizona Home Builders Association, who have good reason to support Ducey. Last year, the governor signed HB 2578, which made it more difficult for Arizona homeowners to sue builders for home defects. We're sure to see more lovely gifts to be bestowed on the group if Ducey gets his wish of not having to live in the waking nightmare of bipartisanship. If forecasts turned out to be correct, the Arizona legislature could be split 15-15 for the first time in a decade.
In Trump's superfan, Sheriff Joe Arpaio says he will not have Maricopa County deputies patrolling polling places today. Arpaio says that he will have 6 of his deputies available to respond to problems if called by county officials. This response comes after poll workers said that they were told to contact Arpaio's office for any non-threatening police needs and told the deputies would be stationed for easy dispatch around the valley. Those notions prompted voting rights activists to cry foul, with many fearing that officials were being placed not to serve but to intimidate. Arpaio says intimidation is not his goal, and he isn't doing anything really different this voting cycle. The controversial sheriff has been charged with criminal contempt in a racial discrimination case and is up for re-election. We'll know how that turns out soon enough. Several hundred Maryville High School students walked out of school in protest of Arpaio at 1 p.m. today, waving signs. Those signs portrayed the sheriff as a pig.
He is a pig. The Arizona Secretary of State's office has released a list describing what constitutes as voter intimidation. Included on the list is disrupting voting lines, raising one's voice at a polling place, photographing or filming voters in an aggressive way, and asking other voters for proof of documentation. The list also includes bringing and using weapons to a polling place. 5 days ago, the Democratic National Party sued the Republican Party for planning to engage in voter intimidation with the Trump campaign. The RNC has denied any involvement with any poll monitoring done by the Trump campaign. Trump supporters were encouraged by the man himself to sign up and watch the polling places. You know what that means, Trump said. Already in several states across the country, voters have submitted complaints of being harassed by Trump election observers. If you or someone you know has experienced voter intimidation today, call 866-OUR-VOTE to report.
And now in international and national news.
In case you hadn't heard, today is Election Day. The race boils down to a moment of reckoning for candidates Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, and several moments for third-party candidates Gary Johnson and Jill Stein, who will likely claim that the election is rigged. Already, we're seeing a swell of support for Clinton due to early voting returns. Democrats are off to an early lead thanks to Miami-Dade and Broward counties in South Florida, who overwhelmingly voted for Clinton. Counties have reported a strong showing by Latino voters who oppose Trump's plan for a border wall and his casual racism. Also, a traditional midnight vote in the tiny yet erotic town of Dixville, New Hampshire, showed another early win for Clinton. It gave newspapers an excuse to write headlines like, "Dixville deals a blow to Trump." If you haven't voted already, you have less than 2 hours to get in that polling line. And if you don't flex your right to cast a ballot, we will blame you if Donald Trump wins. God help us all.
The presidential candidates spent their last day before the election delivering speeches at a dizzying pace. Trump and Clinton spent their final hours either reassuring or scaring the American public. Clinton kept calm and seemed confident in her chances. She and her crew even paused for a moment to partake in the mannequin challenge. Meanwhile, Trump was booed when he arrived at his New York City polling place. But Fox News rewrote those boos as cheers. In the final day before the election, he took the opportunity to pick a few fights, like a Hail Mary pass made of insults. He first started beef with the FBI, who has been accused of actually helping Trump's chances by announcing the last-minute investigation of Clinton's emails. Now it appears that Trump is even going after those who are on his side. He called James Comey, the director of the FBI, quote, despicable, although he followed the statement with a wink and was later seen with Comey having drinks at a DC area Hooters. Trump's next target was more shocking and probably more dangerous, the Jigga Man himself, Jay-Z. Trump asked why the money cash hose rapper was able to curse, but Trump wasn't. The huge one dropped off his speech by dropping the mic and stating that he's not a businessman, but a businessman, so we should let him handle his business. Damn. Trump ended the event by throwing up the Rockefeller diamond. And speaking of Hail Mary passes, Trump announced that he received endorsements from both Tom Brady and New England Patriots coach Bill Belichick, who even wrote Trump a personal letter which was written in a characteristic grumpy tone. The candidate is in good company with two men who are known for draining their balls without permission from the other side.
Iran has embarked on their most effective propaganda tool yet, televising the U.S. election drama. Usually Iran frowns on their countrymen paying attention to American politics, but in this embarrassing election cycle, the country's leaders are encouraging the practice. In a change of policy, the Iranian state televised all three presidential debates. Television critics in Iran have called the debates, quote, the hottest comedy of the season, and the debates won 3 Ayatollah Awards for best comedy in the country. Some sections of the debates, such as those criticizing Iran, were not translated for the broadcasts. One Iranian watching the debate said, America, quote, can't do a damn thing, one of the few statements that Iran and the U.S. can agree on. On a side note, Iran has also been airing episodes of the Netflix series House of Cards, but changed the title to House of Straw because playing cards is considered un-Islamic. That's not a joke.
9 states had the chance to vote for expansion of access to cannabis in today's election. On the medical side, North Dakota and Arkansas are hoping to establish their own medical marijuana programs. Florida is hoping to broaden its list of qualifying conditions, and Montana will vote on repealing their existing 3-patient limit for providers. California, Nevada, Massachusetts, Maine, and Arizona voters will decide whether or not adults 21 and older should be allowed to consume marijuana recreationally. If those 5 states join Washington, Oregon, Alaska, and Colorado in legalization, nearly 25% of the population will soon have access to weed without the need for qualifying condition or fear of arrest.
Sweden announced this week that they will begin questioning Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks. The country said that the interview was necessary to determine if they can seek charges against Assange, who is accused of raping a Swedish woman in 2010. Defenders of Assange claim that the case is a witch hunt intended to get rid of Assange, who has caused trouble for many Western governments. The WikiLeaks founder is now holed up in London at the Ecuadorian Embassy, where he's working on a Broadway musical based on his adventures. He hopes that the title role will be played by comedian Bill Maher. If Assange is found guilty, he could possibly be extradited to the US for additional charges. If Hillary Clinton wins the presidency, Assange could be tried for espionage. If Donald Trump wins, Assange could be charged with a cabinet position.
A Michigan dog was given a death sentence reprieve after DNA evidence proved the pooch's innocence. Jeb, a 2-year-old Belgian Malinois, was convicted in the murder of Vlad, a neighbor's Pomeranian, last September. The neighbor said that he saw Jeb standing over his dog's dead body. However, Jeb's owner insisted the dog was innocent, stating that the dog was even peaceful and ignored a rabbit that lived in their yard. Asked on how Jeb will celebrate his release, the dog stated that he wants to focus on the future and will make up for lost time by humping more legs, begging for snacks, and staring at his owner lovingly.
And because we know you really need a reprieve from the unpleasantness of the world right now, here's a video of an adorable baby dressed up as a senior citizen.
Really cute. This is Ani Esquintela
And Alex Smythe.
for 5 on 20 News. Next up, watch Ty Besh interview citizens on the street during the last debate. What do you think is going to happen in the debate?
I think
It's really, I have no words. Like I have no words. It's really hard to watch. I don't think it's swaying anyone's opinions.
And you agree that this is like a crazy time for the U.S. in terms of like the next presidency. Like whatever happens in this debate is huge, like more than usual.
Yeah, it's definitely a big deal. I mean, whichever way it goes is really going to like direct like how a lot of people's lives are impacted by policy and by even just like public rhetoric for the next 4 years.
Good. And we're not going to judge you because you were listening to it. We caught you, so we'll give you the benefit of the doubt that you're going to listen to it on your way home.
Yeah.
Thank you. Maybe I'll try to finish or something? Are you still rolling? Okay. So thank you. Okay, so we're going to go around and talk to people like her and see why are they not listening to the debate. We're not going to fully go in like, are you listening to the debate? We're just going to ask them what they're doing right now. And then maybe at the end we'll be like, yo, the debate's on. What are you doing? Like, this is a huge time for us. So let's go around Tucson. You guys, what's up? What can you be on camera? Is that allowed? Yes. Okay, I'll go down the line. So wait, you're by yourself. We'll talk to you first.
All right.
So let's have a chat. So what are you here for?
I'm here for the Getter show.
Getters tonight?
Heck yeah.
Freaking Getter? Okay, that's fine. I accept that. So what time does he start?
I'm not sure, but the doors open at 7 and the show starts at 8.
Yeah.
Probably around like 9 or 10-ish.
So in the meantime, you've just been chilling, right? Since 6? You've been chilling since 6.
I've been here earlier.
You've been here before then?
Yeah, I actually only got here early, but it's whatever, get the rails.
And you're just, what have you been listening to since, to keep you busy? Like any like radio or like anything?
I've just been listening to more EDM. Like I got Fun Case going on, Bear Grylls, Excision.
Yeah.
Going
just to get ready
everything.
for Getter.
Hell yeah.
Dude, Getter.
I was just bumping Fun Case all the way down here, just headbanging my soul out.
So what's the day been like? What have you guys been doing before this?
Put my new wheels on my STI.
Sick, Honda. Is that what it is?
Nope.
Subaru.
Honda. Yeah.
Subaru STI with the gold rims.
Not gold, tan.
Oh, that's fine. Wait, what did you do?
I went to school.
At the U of A.
No.
Oh.
I went to a high school
Good man.
because I'm a little kid.
So what did they teach you in school today? Anything cool? Like what's going on in the world?
I honestly didn't really do anything, honestly. Guy did nothing.
I see you have a Star Spangled. Why do you have that for today?
Just why not?
Like for Getter.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, no, I bet he'd appreciate it, you know.
Because Getter's American and might as well support America. So like, what'd you do before you came into line?
You know, I was just thinking a lot about life, you know, how great raves are, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, raves are great.
You ever just think about that too? Yeah?
Like rave debates, yeah.
Oh, of course, every single day. You know, the clown situation, you know?
The clowns.
Dude.
Do you think, like, if you had to put, like, a major event for today, do you think the clowns is the most important thing that's going on in terms of government and, like just crazy stuff for today?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
What do you think is happening today that's crazier than clowns? Today, though, literally today.
Literally today, I can't put my finger on it. I'm just excited about this.
Get it! What have you done today? What's your day been like?
Smoke weed all day.
Okay, so you smoked weed legally, of course. What have you been like? Have you been listening to music to get ready, or like anything else on the radio?
Yeah.
Just music.
Pandora.
Yeah. So like, are you guys like, are you just residents of the city? Are you guys in school? What do you guys?
Locals.
Nice. So anything big going down in Tucson today besides this? Or?
I hope so.
What about in like the world? Is there anything big going down today in the world?
Lucky.
The debate.
Oh God! Oh, right. The debate is on tonight. What time is it on?
I don't know right now.
Do you know?
Right now.
Who's watching it over there?
They're over there at the bar.
Yeah.
Oh, they are watching it at the bar.
People are cheering for Hillary. It's wacky.
But when Trump talks, they're all like, ugh.
It's all good. Like,
But I thought Arizona is primarily Republican.
I don't know. Downtown's really liberal in a way.
Pretty hipster here, aren't we, downtown?
We're all chill. Like,
Yeah.
it's all good.
What's big about today,
Big about today, I would have to say,
besides carrying your baby?
gotta smoke weed every day though.
Okay. We heard that over at Getter. You know Getter? What has your day been like? What have you been doing?
It's been ecstatic. Every day is ecstatic to me.
Ecstatic?
I love.
Did you guys know she knew that word?
Uh-huh.
So like, what's been like big about today for you?
Big about today. I made a kick-ass dinner.
That was it.
That was it.
Whoa, are you holding a cactus?
I'm holding San Pedro, you know, I'm getting trippy.
What does that mean?
You know, mescaline, peyote, you know, like
Wow.
hippie Indian stuff.
Hippie Indian stuff. That's dope.
I just had dinner at Club Congress with some of my friends. I met a girl who was very interesting.
Extravagant?
It was the three of us, and we're all helping each other out, and we're all from around the country. And he gave me a fretless guitar to work with.
Whoa.
Since mine got stolen on Friday, if you guys see it, let me know.
Yeah, if you see it.
Also my longboard. But don't worry about that. I have a fresh guitar coming, and it'll be great.
So what's been big about today for you?
The dinner, because I haven't eaten all day, and it was delicious.
What about for the last hour? Have you seen anything crazy? What have you been doing?
The last hour, just pretty much having dinner. I just got done. Before that, I just been thinking about what I'm gonna do. Other than that, I'm about to go play some music in the studio and have a good time.
So anything like, is your music more politically based, or what's the lyrics like?
Just basic rock and roll, guys.
Yeah. Give me an idea of what you've been doing. Obviously, you went to Lindy's. How was it?
Oh, Lindy's was delicious. I mean, I'm halfway through it, so.
First time?
Taking a break. First time taking a break. I've been on fourth for about like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Since
What do you-
7 o'clock.
What have you done since 6?
What have I done since 6? So I've gone to the bank. I actually, before I went to the bank, I just came down from Mount Lemon. I went on like a huge, I went back roading down Mount Lemon. Took like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Total investment of time, but. made
Mount
it
Lemon's
through.
great because there's no like radio signal out there, no TV. All right, so after you eat Lindy's, it's gonna be freaking great. It's gonna taste great. You go home tonight. What are you gonna do? You're gonna update yourself on like the food of the day or the news.
no.
What do you do when you go home? Like news?
Might write a Yelp review on Lindy's on 4th Street. Might give them 4 stars, 4.5. Staying up all night. I have a flight at 4 o'clock in the morning to California.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, so I'll just be staying up, hit some friends up, hang out.
Yeah. And when you're bored in the airport, what do you do? Like watch the news
Oh
or?
yeah, I got Netflix, I got Hulu. News,
Nice.
news right now. That was the most exciting thing I've experienced last 30 minutes.
hour and a half,
Yeah,
yeah.
last hour and a half on 4th Street right there.
Are you coming from a workout?
Yes, I am.
Okay, where was that?
Breakout Studios right across the street.
Breakout. Oh my God. Dance is like, does it let off steam for you? What does it do?
Yeah, exactly. It lets out the stress, and you know, you just kind of get to escape for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen. Escape from like what?
School, work, all that jazz.
Crazy stuff going on in the world.
Right.
Yeah, amen. So, and it's like especially crazy, like right around now, like all this stuff's popping up, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was a big debate tonight. We got the election coming up.
Oh,
got midterms, all that good stuff.
Did you watch the debate?
I didn't. I was dancing. I avoided the reality show.
Yeah, did you watch the last one?
I did, which is why I kind of wanted to avoid this one.
So like you'll just go home and watch like the highlights
Yeah, pretty much.
of like the shit that Trump said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how Hillary was just like super sarcastic and angsty about her responses.
Yeah, just that.
Yeah.
That's what she does.
Do you think you'll ever make like a dance piece about Donald Trump and Hillary's debate? Like a modern take?
God. I would love to. That'd be fun.
You don't have to credit me, it's fine.
Okay, yeah, I won't.
All right, guys, so we hit downtown. We hit a little bit of 4th. We talked to some people. Getter was in town, you know, debate versus Getter. You know the answer. It seemed like a few people were up to date, and we saw some people that just didn't care. They were so over the debate. They knew it was on, they didn't care. So that was the idea. That was the last one. We'll do another video for the vote to see if anyone knows it's voting day, to see what kind of stats we have for that. This is Creative Tucson. I'm Ty Besh. Thanks for watching, guys.
And I'm your host, Anias Quintella. I'm here today with 2 local artists, Carolina Tumlowitz and Michaela Dannenbrink. How are you today, ladies?
Doing great.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourselves?
Well, my name is Michaela, and I'm an artist here in Tucson. I'm studying painting at the U of A, and I'm getting my BFA in December, actually, so I'm super excited about that.
Congrats.
Yeah.
And I'm Carolina. I'm also a local Tucson artist. I'm a painter. I do mostly abstract works. I deal with things like duration, concealment. I've been Tucson local for the past 12 years, and I'm also going to be graduating from the university this December.
What led you to like your artist style?
I've been painting since I was a kid, drawing since I was a kid, but recently a professor came to the U of A, Audra Graziano, and she kind of helped me find that style. I think she helped me move away from like that traditional just like landscape and portraiture that I was doing, and working away from like photorealism and starting to go more abstract and work from what was kind of close to me, which is nature and, you know, abstraction using watercolor and mapping imagery and that type of thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what would you say led you to your style?
Oh God, I had such a hard time starting off as an artist. I was so uncomfortable with the idea of abstraction and everything like that. I thought that like art was all about depicting, you know, people, places, things. And I had a professor when I went to ASU for a couple of years, and he gave me a little squeegee that I still have to this day. And he's like, you know what, just paint, go for it. I remember the first abstract thing I painted a self-portrait. It's probably the worst thing I've ever painted. Hopefully no one ever sees that. But from there, I just I became more comfortable with it. So I'd really have to credit to him. He was a great guy, and this is for you, Mr. Obuck. Yeah.
Awesome. What would you say that you like about being an artist in Tucson?
I would say that the community here, it's super supportive, it's super tight-knit. There's always something happening in Tucson. Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, there's always a show, there's something going on, and it's great to be able to go to these things, meet new people, but at the same time you still see familiar faces and everyone's supporting everyone else, regardless of if you have a large show, a small show. It's just it's a super supportive community, and everyone's very creative. It's very loving, I'd say.
Yeah. What about you? What do you think about being an artist in Tucson?
I think that my favorite thing is that it's a large enough town that you have a wide variety of artists and a wide variety of museums, but at the same time, it's small enough that you have like a lot of opportunities. I've been a intern at MoCA, the Museum of Contemporary Art, and I've learned a lot from them. I've also interned at Tucson Museum of Art as well, and I think that just having like a small enough community where there's a lot of opportunities like that is what's important to me.
So speaking of shows, what do you ladies have going on right now?
So we have a show coming up. It's going to be on November 18th down at Exploded View. Me, Michaela, and Noah Nixon, another local artist, will be exhibiting paintings, drawings, sculptures, things of that nature. We're pretty excited. It's something that we've been working towards. We share a semi-private studio. There's 4 artists actually, but the 3 of us will be showing. And we've just been creating a lot of work, so we have that show coming up, and I think we're all pretty prepared. I'd like to think that we're all prepared. Yeah.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
What can people expect to see if they go to your show?
There's going to be a wide variety of everything. Carolina and I, we're both abstract painters, but I work primarily on paper, and I use watercolor, and she does like more geometric, brightly colored pieces, and they're huge. They're on big canvases and boards. They're beautiful. And then Noah, he uses like a lot of faces and a lot of abstract imagery on top of that, dealing with just a lot of like emotional issues and things. So there's going to be everything from painting to sculpture, and it's just going to be kind of everything we've been working on this semester. So
It's gonna be weird.
yeah,
It's gonna be weird.
Weird. Cool. So you can catch their pop-up show on Friday, November 18th at 6 p.m. at Exploded View Microcinema, which is at 197 East Toole. In other art happenings, Loft Cinema will be hosting their annual Loft Film Fest, and that begins tomorrow night. Loft Film Fest focuses on bringing world-class film festival programming to Tucson and connecting audiences with artists, as well as celebrating the unique spirit of independent cinema. You can purchase attendance passes through their website, which is loftfilmfest.org. And then I also, in honor of it being Election Day, I wanted to bring some attention to an art installation happening right now at the James Adams Hull House Museum. It's called the Official Unofficial Voting Station, and it's voting for all those who legally can't. The artist is Aram Han Cifuentes, who is undocumented to the US herself, and she puts on an installation as an objection to excluding peoples such as herself from central democratic processes such as voting. People unable to vote can cast ballots that will be counted and contributed to the actual art installation. And then for those of you in Tucson who can vote and still haven't, you have until 7 p.m. This is Ania Quintello with Tucson Art Talk, and hopefully we all survive Election Day, and we'll see you tomorrow at 5.